Left 4 Dead 2 released in 2009, and 13 years later it still manages to pull more than 10,000 players every day. A big part of this continued success comes at the hands of the still active modding community, creating new content that helps keep the game fresh. Being made in the Source engine affords accessibility, ensuring a steady stream of new creators that help improve the game's replayability. And nothing adds more new content than a workshop campaign. So I decided to take a look at some of the workshop campaigns to see what's loved and hated, and whether some of the popular campaigns of the past hold up today. I thought I'd start out with Urban Flight, released in 2013 by The Rabbit. It's the most subscribed campaign on the workshop, with over 1 million current subscriptions. If you're just here for a rating, I give it a 9 out of 10, reserving a 10 out of 10 for something absolutely perfect that I can't even nitpick small flaws for. I would maybe give it an 8 if you're playing solo though, for reasons we'll discuss later. Overall it's a solid campaign without any glaring flaws, and even the small things I dislike are mostly just personal preference or minor problems. Let's take a closer look at what I liked and didn't like about the campaign. The campaign starts out strong. Right from the start, I like the inclusion of an opening movie poster. It's quite literally the first thing you see in the campaign, taking place during the loading screen, and it isn't something that you strictly need to include when creating a mod. Doing so just shows that you're going that extra mile to make your campaign feel like official content. Little things like that can go a long way in the long run, and I always appreciate the inclusion of a cheesy tagline. I like the little intro pan when you load in as well. The exploding car just makes the scene a little more active, which is nice. You know, again, it's the little things that make a campaign the best it can be. The first map in the campaign has us traversing a burning city. Travel through stores and sewers to reach the safe room. There are voice prompts from the survivors to help you navigate. Honestly, I had difficulty discerning the correct direction at times. It's nothing too bad, but I still would consider it a negative. Mindlessly walking around isn't the most interesting thing in the world. Overall, I like the design of the map. It feels at least somewhat realistic, and unlike some official campaigns, I think the number of infected you fight actually makes sense. There's bound to be a large infected presence in the middle of a city. The map also features the first of many witches placed right around a corner. Most of the spawn locations for witches are positioned in locations that may cause you to shoot them before you identify the threat. I don't really consider this a negative though, as you can hear them. I just happen to mostly play while listening to something else, so fuck me I guess. Map 2 features a lot more verticality, from street level to rooftops and back again. You navigate up through buildings in order to overcome objects in your path. I like it a lot, but it presents some issues for the AI. In just 2 playthroughs of the campaign, the AI fell off 6 times. At one point, all 3 fell off at once during the 4th map while I was fighting a tank. And that's with AI mods to help them out. This is why I gave it an 8 for solo play. Having your allies fall off the map because they can't walk in a straight line is bound to get on your nerves eventually. Other than that though, this map features a false safe room that can spawn a tank within, bursting out when you get close. I like it, but you're only going to fall for it once. It's still pretty interesting though. Beginning with this map though, you're absolutely swamped with ammo. There are ammo resupplies within meters of each other. If you have a preferred weapon, then don't worry, you'll never need to swap after picking it up. This map also features witches placed around corners to punish you if you go in guns blazing. Just continuing the trend, I suppose. There's also a moment where you need to blow up a tower to cross between 2 buildings. It's very theatrical and I like it a lot. Just don't stand too close to the tower after you've planted the bombs. Map 3 has you navigate towards a bridge that rises as some other survivors cross over. You need to lower the bridge again, starting a classic horde event. For some reason, the walls of the bridge booth just cave in when you begin to lower it, allowing infected to flood through. There's no reason for this, so it ends up looking a little strange. After the bridge lowers, you need to cross over and raise it up again from the other side. If you picked up the chainsaw in map 2, you can just shred through the horde as you cross, which is pretty fun. This level features the most egregious example of the abundance of ammo. Before the hedge maze section, when you see the bridge raise up, an ammo supply can spawn. 2 minutes later, when you exit this maze, another ammo supply can spawn. Another 2 minutes later, and there are gun spawns for you to pick up before the bridge horde, and as if that wasn't enough, on the other side of the bridge is another ammo supply. Bear in mind at this point you're literally a minute or 2 from the safe room in the end of the level, which of course features another ammo supply. Map 4 is the shortest of the maps, featuring the finale. You navigate from a hangar to a scavenge section. Since I have AI mods installed, the other survivors can pick up fuel cans and resupply the generator as well, so it may take you slightly longer than it took me if you don't. Afterwards, you make your way back to the hangar, fight off a final horde, and board the plane. With that, it's over. The NPC piloting the plane has dialogue, which is honestly pretty cool, and seeing the infected chase after the plane as it flies away is a nice touch. They don't just stop moving as their AI shuts down. Overall, I like this campaign a lot. The quality is high and a lot of effort's been put into each map. Sometimes part of the maps can be a little dark, but that's a complaint against God for giving me poor eyesight. I just don't like dark games. The overall length of the campaign is perfect in my opinion, short enough that it never feels like a slog to get through, but long enough that it gives you plenty of enjoyment. You may notice a lot of the critique feels like I'm nitpicking, and I think that's a good thing. It really shows how good the campaign is when the only problems are minor issues like having too much ammo. As I said at the beginning, I reserve a 10 out of 10 for something absolutely perfect. I'm not IGN out here. But I do think this deserves a 9. It's genuinely a good mod, and there's no wondering why it's the most successful campaign on the workshop. That's all I've got for you today. Just subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. See ya.